What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, imagine you being the woman that told millions of women that they don't need a man. Then, a few years later, you're the same woman that said that she wants a man and you're complaining online. Shout out to Destro Reborn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link to this video and I'm posting down below so you guys actually go watch it yourselves. And big ups to Destro. Look at this. This is embarrassing.
Flashback.
Men, I think what you have confused is that as a woman, I don't need you any longer. Like up until the 70s, I needed you to get a credit card. Up until recently, I needed you to have a baby. I don't need you anymore. You don't complete me. Like Jerry.
Okay. I know it's only 18 seconds in. Okay, man, let me stop you right there. First of all, you're talking about some shit that you didn't even live through. You wasn't even born yet. So I don't even understand why the fuck you're talking about, I needed you back then to have a bank account. Your ass don't need one now, so shut the fuck up. Two, I don't understand why y'all keep on bringing up the fact that y'all don't need men for all this shit. Y'all bring up the shit that y'all bring up the shit that your aunts, your grandmothers, or your mothers possibly dealt with. So what the fuck are you even complaining about? You saying men don't complete you. You're right. You probably are right. Men don't complete you because you're too busy out here trying to get completed by multiple different men. So stop.
Maguire said, I am complete by myself. What I love so much about all the men commenting on how I have it wrong, that like I need a man, are all the terrible men that I have no interest in.
A few moments later.
I'm victim to this. I did not get punched, but I was walking to a showing about a month ago. I was at Grand and Wabash and I was in the crosswalk. There were 4 people in front of me, maybe 1 or 2 behind me, and this man went for the big right hook. Immediately understood what was happening and I ran into the middle of Wabash, and to have him get hit by the car so that he didn't actually hit me. No one in the area tried to help me.
Flashback.
As a woman, I don't need you any longer.
I don't need no man.
Meanwhile,
No one in the area. This was at 2 o'clock. I then turned around and saw him punching cars and still walking towards me and yelling, and I grabbed a taxi cab handle that was stuck at the light, and I was trying to get into the front seat, and he rolled down the window and started laughing, and I was like, sir, do you not understand what is happening?
What has become clear to me is that women have absolutely no self-awareness. None, not even a trace. Every single day, they log online, spew the most venomous takes imaginable about men, and then somehow appear shocked when those same men ignore them. Yes, the irony is delicious, but the delusion is tragic. What really brings a tear to the cheek of Lord Destro is that unlike the old man 1.0 version, who used to get angry and argue on MySpace and Facebook, trying to, quote, set the record straight, today's man just nods his head and keeps it moving. Man 2.0 is the embodiment of indifference. They speak in terms like, cool, I hear you, for sure, point taken, and my personal favorite, fair enough. And then they simply leave. He doesn't waste oxygen on emotional scavengers anymore. And this causes a problem for women, because it's not logic or patterns they base their truth on, but men's reactions. Come on, I know you see it. The initiated modern man doesn't yell anymore. He doesn't debate. He doesn't need to, because he realized something powerful. There's no reasoning with someone who cannot see themselves as the problem. How many times have you seen a man debating a feminist, veins popping, logic blazing, only for her to dismiss him with a, oh, look, he mad. You see, at that point, that's when you realize something primal. Women don't just ignore accountability. They are genetically incapable of perceiving it. Their entire evolutionary code is built on self-preservation through self-deception. They can't be the villain in their own story because their survival depends on the illusion of innocence. I mean, think about how selfish that is. Their own biology binds them to truths that could actually help them survive, reproduce, or carry their lineage forward. I mean, just walk with me here. Just feel me out for a second. I would argue the function of circulating delusion is actually a part of a woman's autonomic nervous system. But you know what? That's a little bit too deep for this video. Let me frame it another way. Like a shark that must keep swimming to breathe, a woman must keep lying to herself to live. Stop the motion, stop the lie, and she slowly suffocates. That's literally their genetic code. That is their ultimate design. Now, I'm sure nature has a logical reason for such programming, but that's beyond our pay grade. But the next time you sit down thinking you're about to have a nuanced or deep conversation with the woman, remember this: she's not really analyzing facts. She's filtering reality through emotion, denial, and self-preservation. I mean, to be honest, she only actually hears or absorbs 10 to 20% of any sentence. Now look, I want you to take what I just said and apply this way of thinking to the next clip. I want you to listen closely to how she processes data that is presented to her. Also, remember, she's the one that asks the question.
This is why I don't talk to women, really, anymore. Not in that sense, but this is why I don't this is why I don't really want to talk to them and have conversations like this, because when you start to try to have a conversation with them about certain stuff, it gets stupid, and then it becomes a problem. Then it just increases to a level of, yeah, cut this conversation off. I'm not even gonna deal with it. You just get tired, and that's what most guys are. Most men nowadays is just tired. Tired of the bullshit. Tired of just tired in general.
Focus on the steps and logic she skips to come to her conclusion.
I really should be studying for my doctoral degree and not talking about this dumbass stuff.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care. Jerry.
But I just have to tell you guys what this man said to me. So I was talking to this man. Oh, Duke, are you okay? Sorry, there's Duke. Oh, Coco. Anyways, I was talking to this man about how, in general, like, the men are not approaching women outside anymore. And I think we can kind of all come to a consensus on that. Like, that just isn't happening. I'm 28. I've been in and out of the club scene since I was 18. Well, really like 21, 22, whatever. And things have changed. Things are not the same. And I always equated it to COVID, right? I was like, okay, well, COVID just took away like the confidence, that ability to socialize and strike up a conversation with a stranger, or dancing with someone that you don't know at the club, which...
So that's your first thought. A 3-year pandemic somehow caused men who have been approaching women for centuries to suddenly forget how to talk to them. We're talking about men who survived solitary confinement, men doing life sentences who still manage to find a woman on the outside, men who have relationships with correctional officers, men who still use dating apps in prison, who still pull women while locked up in a 6x8 cell, men who leave the country with 2 weeks of babble and pimsleur under their belt and approach women in foreign countries and sleep with them on the first night. These are the men you speak of, right? The same men, a 2-week exaggerated chest cool somehow renders them antisocial. You expect us to believe that the average man out here, free with Wi-Fi, a car, a phone, just suddenly develops approach anxiety because of a 2 or 3-year pandemic? Out of all the possibilities, all the social, economic, and psychological factors, that's what you came up with first?
See, here's the thing, and this is what a lot of women do, and this is what I'm trying to figure out. Instead of actually having an honest conversation with guys and actually hearing what men have to actually say, a lot of them want to pretend like, oh, men are just this and that, and they don't want to have an honest conversation. Now, here's the bad part. They're going to sit here and blame you for every little fucking thing that goes wrong in their lives. Then you're going to be looked at as the toxic one, and quote unquote toxic masculinity. And she's going to try to shift all the blame onto you. I don't understand why these women do this, because if you want to be honest here, most of them aren't even worth really the skin on your back to even deal with. That's the sad part about this. Let's continue.
The woman, working on her so-called doctoral degree, decided it must be COVID trauma that stopped men from approaching. As you listen, I want you to ask yourself, is this narcissism, cognitive dissonance, or something genetic in nature? In other words, something she just can't control.
I was like, okay, well, COVID just took away like the confidence that I think is related to like phones and wanting to be cool and not wanting to be exposed, whatever. These are the reasons why I think men are no longer approaching women in the clubs.
So the reason you're not getting approached in the club is because of a global pandemic and 45 million men under 40 losing confidence and forgetting how to approach a woman in the club.
Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. COVID ain't had shit to do with this. COVID just gave people the time to marinate in their thoughts and ideals. That's what COVID did. See, and this is what a lot of people don't get. If you were lazy, you were lazy during COVID. And what in COVID, well, hold on, let me explain to you like this. If you were lazy during before COVID, you were lazy after COVID, and you didn't want to go back to work. Same thing with this. These women have become lazy with dating and have gotten used to men taking them out, doing all this shit for them, and now they're angry because they have to actually put in the work to get the men that they want. Yeah, it's bad.
Case closed, obviously. But hey, just for shits and giggles, is there anyone else we could possibly blame? I mean, anybody? No, right? Okay, good. Just making sure.
I'm talking to this man. I'm saying this. You know what he tells me? And now I'm like, is this true? He was like, oh no, like the reason why men don't go up to girls anymore is because of the Me Too movement. The Me Too,
Now observe. This is where her brain begins its magical rearrangement sequence. Watch closely as the gears of victimhood start spinning, lubricated by a lifetime of quote-unquote believe all women conditioning. Suddenly, she's not part of the problem. She is the problem and the victim simultaneously. It's fascinating, like watching a defense attorney cross-examine reality itself. Because remember, women don't file false claims, right? Women don't lie about being assaulted. And of course, society must always believe them. I mean, always. And if she feels like your approach was off, then you're obviously a creep. What you are about to witness is something rare and disturbingly fascinating. Like seeing a praying mantis attack for the first time. Watch how she gracefully slides past the core issue, that men today are genuinely hesitant to approach women. Not out of fear of rejection, but fear of ruin. When the sanctions are this severe, why risk it all? This, gentlemen, is not just social interaction. It's survival strategy.
sexual assault? I said, were men sexually assaulting women in the club like all the time? Is that how you approach women? By sexually assaulting them? What are we talking about? The Me Too movement? Yeah, now we're scared to talk to them because da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Did you see that? Remember what I said?
You can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. You can't fix somebody that's ass backwards. You just can't. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you just can't. Ass backwards people will continue to be the backbone of this nation. It's embarrassing. Anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, Spotify.com. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.